How does the superior-subordinate relationship define command responsibility in IHL? Imagine a general overseeing troops in a war zone. Their ability to control what happens on the ground is the backbone of command responsibility in international humanitarian law. This law sets rules to protect civilians and prisoners during conflicts. It also holds leaders accountable for what their forces do. The key idea is that a leader's authority and control over their subordinates matter a lot. If a subordinate commits a war crime, the leader might be responsible if they had enough control and knew about the crime. This relationship is based on the idea of effective control. That means the leader has the power to give orders and enforce discipline. It does not matter if the leader directly ordered the crime. What matters is whether they could have stopped it. If they had the ability to prevent or punish the crime but did nothing, they can be held responsible. There are three main points that define this relationship. First, the leader must have effective control over the subordinates. This means they can influence what the subordinates do. Second, the leader must have known or should have known about the crimes. This is called actual or constructive knowledge. If they knew or should have known about the violations, they are responsible. Third, the leader must have failed to take reasonable steps to stop or punish the crimes. This includes investigating reports and acting to discipline offenders. In real life, this means commanders need to supervise their troops closely. They must give lawful orders and respond quickly to misconduct. If they ignore reports of violations or do not act, they can be held accountable. This responsibility is about what they failed to do, not just what they ordered. It emphasizes that leaders cannot hide behind the actions of their subordinates if they had the power and duty to prevent those actions. This principle is written into international laws like the Geneva Conventions and the Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court. It applies during both international and non-international conflicts. The goal is to make sure that those in charge are responsible for maintaining respect for humanitarian laws. When leaders neglect their duties, they can face criminal charges. So, the superior-subordinate relationship defines command responsibility by making leaders accountable for the actions of their forces if they had the power to control and knew about the violations. If they fail to act, they can be held responsible for war crimes, ensuring justice and protection for civilians and combatants alike.